Hustlers, the movie. When I saw the preview, I thought this was going to be a J-Lo movie because she was the biggest name that they showed in the preview. But it actually, really, technically, it's a Constance Wu movie who I really didn't know too much about. But the movie is basically her with J-Lo in the background. Which wasn't bad. I mean, it was a good movie. I just have to say this. J-Lo, at her age, I don't know what she is. She's like 58 or something in that area. She's somewhere in that area. She has still got the best in the entire pop culture industry. She must work out like 3 hours a day or something like that. Anyway, Constance Wu is in it. Keke Palmer is in it. And Lily Reinhart, who I thought when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, when did they film this? That's Brittany Murphy. And it wasn't. They just look alike. I mean, maybe it's me, but I thought that was her. I was like, well, maybe they're sisters or something. After I realized it wasn't the same person, I was like, man, wow, they look alike. Anyway, the movie's about a group of strippers, exotic performers, who can't make it on what they're making. They were making great money at first, and then after a while, they weren't. So they were all in a situation where they had to get cash. They needed money because of whatever the reason. There's 4 different women, basically 4 different reasons. So they got to get cash. So what they decided to do is start flipping customers, basically. Basically mugging them, sort of. They would take a guy, get him drugged. They'd meet him at like a bar or a club, drug him, and then convince him that there's more women than he was thinking. You thought you had 1 woman, now look, she's got her friends. So there's 4 women now. And they drug him and they start spending his cash at the strip club. So they tell the strip owner, look, bring a guy in. I'm going to have him max out his card at the strip club. And yeah, you guys, you get the money and I get some money. I get a piece of that, you get a piece of that. And I'll just keep bringing guys in here and we'll divvy up the money. They never really said how the split went, but they said that the club got a piece. If it's a club that's taking the money in and then giving you some back, they probably got a lot of it. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know. They never really explained the split. But there was enough money that all of them had tons of money. One of the girls was giving, Constance, was giving her grandmother money, and she was giving her a few $100s, a little small stack. And then she was coming in with big chunks of cash like that. Now that's what she was giving away. So there's no telling what she was making. But the story is done sort of like a Goodfellas kind of a story. After the fact, after everything happens, the story's in retrospect. They're telling you, and then back in these days, it was, 2013 and 2003, and they keep doing flashbacks. Basically, the whole movie is one gigantic flashback. And it was good. It was good. The way that they did it, or Quentin Tarantino style, the way that they did it was nice. Usher, Lizzo, and Cardi B are in this movie, which was wild. Because I'm like, that's Cardi B, right? I'm watching it and trying to figure it out. Usher, you just knew that was Usher because you said he was Usher. But it was a good movie. I mean, it was from what I understand, it's STX's best opening weekend ever. and you know it's J-Lo, so you know she's one of the biggest names that they've had that I know about. So yeah, it was a good movie. And of course, with you know all of the movies where people are building tons of cash and they're doing it illegally, something happens. Something happens. So they got to deal with that too. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't really bad. It was longer than I thought. I mean, it was only like an hour and a half, but it felt like I was up in there for maybe 2.5 hours. It was long. It felt long, but it's still good. It's still good. I would give this movie 7 bags of popcorn, man, and that's what I'm sticking with. Have you seen it? Let's talk about it in the comment. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe and then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.